Hi guys, thought I'd do a update video really. Haven't been filming this year or a lot of last year due to family commitments and things, but I think might be going down a different road with my channel. Not sure what yet, but we're currently on isolation, self-isolation for the coronavirus. My daughter and myself, we're on day 5 now. So you have to excuse my coughs in between. It's something I never thought would happen. It's absolutely crazy. And I never thought this would be something that I'd live to see in my lifetime. It's like something you'd see out of a film. It's just, we're already climbing the walls, and now they've decided they're shutting the schools today as of Friday. Maybe up to 6 months until they reopen them. Don't know yet. We'll have to see from week to week as we go, but probably a couple of months at least. I'm a single parent. I don't know what I'm going to do work-wise because it's not a job I can do from home. And I can't leave it with my mum and dad because they're in the at-risk group. So it's just me and her, and we've been locked up together since Friday. So it's just trying to keep both of us occupied really, and we're both extremely bored. Hence why I'm making a video at midnight. So it's, I don't even know what the date is, I've lost track of the days. But I just want to say be kind to each other, because we're all in the same situation, and this bulk buying stuff so that other people can't get the essentials that they need is just crazy. And I mean stupid crazy. I've heard stories of people taking toilet paper out of elderly people's shopping baskets, and people fighting down the aisles to get what they need. And we all need things, all of us together, and we need to stand together as a community, as a nation, as a planet, basically, because we've only got each other, and that's how you survive something like this, is together and not letting society fall completely apart. It's just not something you ever think is going to happen in your lifetime. I mean, you know, there's viruses and things in the world, but it's just, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't. So, yeah, my message is basically just be kind to each other, and look after the elderly, especially, or those vulnerable and sick. Try and help people where you can. Oh, it's crazy. As you can tell, it's mind-blowing, it really is. I mean, to shut the schools for months on end, it's just unreal. And in this day and age, you would think something like this, it is a rarity, but you think that it would never happen. And I don't think people really take it seriously for what it is. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a little video just to alleviate a little boredom, mostly. That Liv and I are both poorly still, hence why I look like this. Anybody else out there in self-isolation, then subscribe, and I'll subscribe back so that we can at least entertain each other. But I'll probably do some daily updates as we go along, because like I said, there's not a lot to do when you're stuck in the house. It looks like we're going to have to be doing self-schooling or homeschooling for the foreseeable future. I'm not academic, to be honest, so I'm worried about that as well. Luckily, it's not at a vital time for my daughter exam-wise. But still, she doesn't need to be losing that amount of school time. I just don't know what the world's come into. It's like people have turned into animals overnight. And, you know, be kind to retail workers especially, because you're not going to get anything in these shops from people if you're being nasty to them. They're going above and beyond as it is, and they're working at full pelt, understaffed because people are being sick. And it's just, you got to look after each other and stop being abusive to people who are trying to just help you. I am at a loss for words, really, but I just can't stress that enough. I work in retail, and although I've been off for 5 days already, it's I've heard stories, I've seen it on the news, I've seen people's videos on YouTube and Facebook, and you just gotta stop. Why do you need so many toilet rolls? You gonna eat them? If you buy them all, then there is no more for anybody else to buy. And then, and people selling these stuff, or this stuff, sorry, excuse me, online for more money than it's worth. It's just selfish, and it's just nasty, preying on people's vulnerability. And I hope, people think twice, because one day you may be in a situation where you need something and somebody's preying on your emotional insecurities and your vulnerability, and you wish that they didn't. So please think twice. I'm sorry, it's a rambling video. I didn't really set out with anything to say. I'm just trying to make it up as I go along. But yeah, that's where we're at. Be kind to the NHS workers and anybody helping or working for the NHS at the moment. They're the people we need. They're the ones in the trenches trying to deal with this and putting themselves at risk every day, them and their families. They may contract this virus or disease and take it home to their families. So they are, shop workers, public transport, health workers. They're all putting themselves in harm's way so that you can get what you need. So let's take a moment to think of them when we're out in a rush, panicking that we can't get our 24-pack of Charmin or whatever it is. It's been on the news for months now, and luckily I got my supplies a few weeks back. I felt like an idiot because I thought, I'm overreacting. But I have a nice shiny 24-pack of toilet rolls downstairs. Plenty of tin food, dry stuff and stuff like that, so I don't need to go out for a while. We're okay being isolated for a couple of weeks. But yeah, I felt really stupid doing it though. But in hindsight, I got what I needed. And I didn't have to shove a little old granny down the aisle to get what I wanted. Didn't have to knock her off a Zimmer or empty all the shelves so that she can get the tins she buys on a weekly basis because there's only one of them in the household. I really do feel for them, and my store, I don't own it, I work for them. The company and other companies across the UK are now doing dedicated OAP, 65s and over, I believe, or 60 and over, dedicated times in the morning, I believe, from 6 till 9 or 6 till 10, something like that, but they've got designated OAP times, which is fantastic because those are the ones who are at risk, and it's the ones that aren't highly at risk that are really doing the panicking, and then it's putting those at risk even more at risk. So yeah, I needed a rant and a ramble because I'm so bored. I feel like death. I look like death, and just bored, climbing the walls. So be kind to one another, please. I can't stress it enough. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, in the sense of those trying to help you. Respect them, be kind, because they're doing the best they can in a trying situation. Okay, guys? So yeah, I've probably repeated myself about 1 million times. that's where we are. Excuse me, sorry, try not to cough. Anyway, if you want updates and on the chaos and on the news and what's going on in our nation or around the world, then I'm going to do little updates while we're in this crisis, and then after I'm going to reevaluate what this channel is going to be about, because I can't necessarily get out to do all the abandoned and haunted things at the moment. I'm not saying we won't go back to them in the future, but at the moment it's just not doable for me with my commitments. So some videos from home or something. I'm hoping to get back into doing some singing and things soon, so maybe that's a subject we can look at. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I hope you're all staying safe, clean, and just conscious of everybody else around you, because you're not the only person in this crisis. Hug your loved ones tight and look after your elderlies and your people at risk, because this is far from over. I love you guys. Stay safe.